Hi guys, I've got a book I want to share with you today that's by Carl Summers. It's called If Only I Were. It's about a little mouse named Missy that, well, she gets to thinking everybody else's life is better than hers. Let's see what happens. Once there was a wee little mouse named Missy. She had lots of fun, but the wee little mouse had a very big problem. Food was not the problem. Missy lived with her papa and mama at the zookeeper's house next to the kitchen. Missy always had something good to eat. A place to sleep was not the problem. Missy had a soft little bed in a cozy little room. At night, papa and mama would tuck her in and read her a story. Friends, that was not the problem. Around the zoo, there were lots of friends like lions and tigers and monkeys and bears. And when the visitors went home, the animals had the whole park to themselves. That's when Missy played with her friends, Itty and Bitty. Missy could have been the happiest mouse in the world if it had not been for her one big problem. Missy did not like being a mouse. I'm tired of being so little, she groaned. Besides, my ears are too big and my tail is too skinny. Missy dreamed of being like Horace the cat. Now, Horace also lived in the zookeeper's house. To wee little Missy, big Horace seemed like a giant, especially when he chased her. Missy did not like being chased. If only I were a big cat, she would say, I wouldn't have any problems. Then I'd be happy, just like Horace. Papa and Mama told Missy, everyone has problems, even big cats. But Missy didn't think so. What problems could Horace have, she wondered. He's not little, and he's not ugly. He's big and strong and beautiful. One night, Missy was so sad she went straight to bed without eating supper. It's just not fair, she cried. Why do I have to be so little? And why must I have such a skinny tail and big ugly ears? Missy finally drifted off to sleep, moaning and groaning. If only I were like Horace. Here we go again, huffed Missy. Horace was chasing her. Today was starting out just like every other day. Poor Missy was so tired of being a tiny little mouse. While running away, Missy wished out loud, if only I were a great big cat. Suddenly, to her surprise, her wish came true. Missy turned into a big cat. Horace put out his feet and came to a sudden stop. Whoa, what happened to Missy? Where did this big cat come from? Missy arched her back and gave a loud hiss. Horace ran away as fast as he could. Missy licked her paws and swished her new fluffy tail. It happened! It really happened! She smiled and purred. I'm the biggest and most beautiful cat in the whole world. Missy knew just what to do. Like all the other cats, she started chasing Itty and Bitty. Oh, this is fun, she laughed while she was running after her friends. Missy felt like a giant. Missy raised her beautiful tail and strutted through the park. No more problems for me, she thought. But as soon as she rounded the zookeeper's house, there in the shade sat a great big dog. Ruff, ruff, barked the dog. Missy got so scared she jumped into the air. Then the big barking dog chased after her. Missy ran as fast as she could. She darted here and there. Being a cat is not so much fun, she thought. Suddenly she got an idea. I'll try another wish, she said. If only I were a... What do you think? Maybe let's see. Tiger. Suddenly Missy became a tiger. When the dog saw he was chasing a tiger, he stopped in his tracks. Missy knew just what to do. She turned around and started chasing the not-so-big dog. Ha ha! This is fun, she roared. Missy pranced around, holding her head high. Now my problems are all gone for sure. I don't have to be afraid of anything. As she roamed through the park, she made friends with some tigers. I have an idea, Missy told her new friends. Let's have some fun and tease the elephants. The That's a great idea, said the tigers. Silently, they crept up near the herd. Then one of the elephants spotted them. Quickly, the elephant spun around and grabbed Missy. Please, begged Missy, please put me down. The elephant ignored Missy and lifted her high into the air. Then all of a sudden, he tossed Missy into a nearby pond. Missy raised her head and shook the water from her ears. Missy was scared. She jumped out of the water and ran away. Being a tiger isn't much fun, she said. If only I were a giant elephant. All of a sudden, Missy became a giant elephant. Now she felt like the biggest creature in the whole world. No more problems for me, she thought. Surely no one can bother me now. Missy, the elephant, was so big the ground shook as she walked. I'm the biggest and most powerful creature in the whole world, she bellowed. This is fun. Now I can go anywhere and no one can stop me. Missy did not know it, but some men had come to the zoo to buy an elephant. They needed a big elephant to train for the circus. The men looked at all the elephants. Then one of them pointed at the biggest elephant and said, she'd sure make a fine circus elephant. But how can we get her? Asked another. The zookeeper thought a moment and then said, I know how. How do you think they're going to capture her? The zookeeper got a bucket full of peanuts and walked over to Missy. Peanuts were Missy's favorite food. When Missy saw the peanuts, she hurried after the zookeeper, right into the back of the big truck. Mumbled Missy as she began munching on the peanuts. Am I ever lucky? Now I can eat as many as I want. All at once there was a loud noise. Missy looked up just in time to see the door being slammed shut. Missy was trapped and alone, and she was scared. Where are they taking me? She cried as the truck sped away. Finally, the bouncing truck stopped. The men let Missy out and chained her to a pole. Before Missy knew it, an elephant trainer came cracking her whip. Come on, shouted the woman. You're going to learn to do some tricks. But Missy didn't like doing tricks. Being an elephant isn't as much fun. Well, it's not fun at all, cried Missy. When the woman left, Missy wished real hard. If only I were an elephant trainer. Suddenly, Missy became an elephant trainer. She knew just what to do. She went into the circus tent and made the elephants do all sorts of things. They had to stand on their back legs, stand on top of a ladder, hold a ball, do many other very hard tricks. This is fun, thought Missy. Surely now my problems are all gone. I can make the biggest animal obey me. Missy felt very, very powerful. Just then the ringmaster came in. These elephants can do much better tricks than that, he yelled. Either you teach them some new tricks or you're fired. Missy did not like being yelled at. Sadly, Missy headed for the trainer's tent to eat supper. Being an elephant trainer isn't much fun at all, thought Missy. Just as she was about to set her food down, a wee little mouse ran across the floor right between her feet. Eek! Shouted Missy as she dropped her food. Oh, if only I were a mouse! Suddenly, Missy became a mouse, and just as she saw herself changing into a mouse, Missy woke up. I've been dreaming, she yelled as she clapped her hands. Missy jumped out of bed and ran to take a peek at Horace. Yippee! She shouted. I am a mouse. Missy was so happy. She discovered that everyone has problems. Mice have problems with cats. Cats have problems with dogs. Dogs have problems with tigers. Tigers have problems with elephants. Elephants have problems with people. And people have problems with mice. Missy decided not to be sad anymore about being so little. And she did not even mind looking like a mouse. Big ears, skinny tail, and all. Missy became a very happy mouse. She still had to be careful, but now, whenever she saw Horace, she just stayed at home. When Horace left, then she would go out and play. Best of all, never again was she sad about the way she looked or about being a wee little mouse. these have been some hard times for all of us. But if we will just look at on the bright side at what's going on that's good, there's still a lot of fun to have. I'll see you guys later.